biggest thing that changes is not what you can do. It's how your view changes. Okay? Suddenly you're not just seeing with these eyes, but as they say, you see with a third eye. I like to say it, I see from behind me. And you saw me talk about that in that third video of OMG. I say the view comes from behind. Okay? Because to me, it's behind. Right? In this view that I have here from the peripheral vision is everything that has been formed. Behind me hasn't been formed. Now you say, yes, it has, because you turn around and it's formed. Yeah, but as you turned around, it's formed. Okay? To me, that's the way I like to see it. There is a part of me that views from behind. Some people call that the observer. Some people call it the third eye. I don't care what you call it. It doesn't really matter. The point is the view changes. Now, one of my favorite quotes from Rumi. Rumi is a Persian poet, all right? And one of my favorite quotes is that you are not the drop in the ocean. Instead, you are the entire ocean in the drop. I'm going to say that again. You are not, and you probably heard that in doing this work. If you haven't, you have now. You are not the drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop. Now, to me, what that means is that you are, and it's what I'm talking to you guys about, where I'm saying you are an infinite being in a finite world. Okay? But something more different or more profound is how the view changes when you are the entire ocean in the drop. You are not the drop in the ocean. If you don't know this quote by heart, write it down. Okay? Because this explains to you how the view changes. You are not the drop in the ocean. You are in the entire ocean in the drop. You can Google it, print out the quote, put it somewhere. You are not the drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop. Now, my question to you guys is, how can you put the entire ocean into the drop? Do you know? Like, you need to ponder about that. I mean, it sounds true. It sounds so significant. And I'm sure you resonate with it. But have you asked yourself, how do you put the entire ocean into the drop? You know, when I talk about you are the glass floating in the ocean, or the bottle, I talk about the bottle in WTF, and then there's 2 bottles and 3 bottles, and you know, and within each glass or bottle is the essence, it's the ocean. And I say what happens is that there's a point where you become the ocean. How can this drop become the ocean? In that example, I told you the bottom of the bottle, the bottom of the cup becomes bottomless. Well, it's no longer a drop. It's the ocean that's moving the drop. And the drop is in this body, but it's the ocean that moves the drop. And really, it's not really a drop, because the drop is the ocean. So I won't confuse you too much further there. Just go back to this quote. You're not the drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop. I'm giving you the view of the transformation. The first thing that happened to me, and this is all very recent. This is why people do things like FTW, because I'm taking you on my journey, and my journey just keeps going deeper and deeper. This is recent stuff for me. Okay, very recent. And that's one of the things about FTW, is that I share what's happening for me now, not after it's formed. And a lot of the times, not after I've even completely grasped it. It's just, it's forming, I talk about it. So for you guys, I've grasped it. I'm telling you right now. The first thing that happens is that your view changes, okay? At the moment, you begin, I talk about the breath work, okay? And I say to you, at first, when you start this work, it's about breathing in, and you're breathing in into what? Into your body, so you perceive that to be the drop. And then you breathe out. And where are you breathing out to? Back into the ocean, okay? And where is the power? Outside of you. Where is it? It's in the universe. There is so much grandness in your universe, but you are this little drop. But somewhere down the line, and usually at the retreat, I introduce this, where I say, you need to flip that now, because what you're doing in that breathing exercise, or how you're living in your existence, is that I am drop and universe is outside. And I'm breathing in the universe and I feel its power. This is creation level. But then I give it back. I'm just borrowing it. It's not mine. The universe is there. I'm little Monica, and there's a big Monica, and it's outside. So you guys know about this now. We've now had to flip this. I introduce it normally at the retreat, and we do it through our breathing exercises. What happens? You breathe in to infinity. You are the one breathing in. And where's the infinite space? Right here. Right here. You breathe in, and before your breath is even complete, you are there. It's one breath away. Then you breathe out into what? The story, into the form. It's the same as the ocean. You can hear the waves coming out. It's like breathing out. And then it even sounds like breathing in. When the waves withdraw back into the ocean, you hear the ocean going. When it breathes out, it goes. The waves crash. When you breathe in, it's exactly the same. The ocean is right there. You go sit with the bloody ocean, sit on the shoreline, doesn't matter how big the waves are, and watch the ocean breathe. And our reference point is the one is the ocean. Our reference, our metaphor. It's exactly the same. So I'm sharing with you just a couple of reference points before I give this to you, because in those reference points, it's almost like your mind had to topple to grasp what I'm saying to you. Because you're so used to, taking the breath in from the power outside of you, because you thought the power was outside of you. You thought the universe was outside of you, and here you are, little drop. Okay? But when this is no longer a drop and it's the ocean, how does the breathing take place? You breathe in to infinity, to you as the one. You breathe out to the story. You breathe in to timeless, no time, timelessness. You breathe out into time, into the story, into what you call your reality. You breathe in into actuality. You breathe out into your reality. You get the point, okay? And some of you might be a little bit newer, so you're probably like, I fucking haven't even heard about this breathing process. If at one stage you get to the retreat, I will share that. We will do that every morning of the retreat for that to drop. At first, it's hard to grasp that, because I won't even cover it right now, because I'm here to cover something else. But I understand at first it's hard to grasp that. And at first, what I'm about to share with you is going to be hard to grasp. Okay? I am lending you my view. I'm sharing with you. I am lending it to you so you can see what it looks like. The first thing where my view changed, I started to look around and I was like, holy shit, this world that I see outside of me, the entirety, the people, the locations, the air I breathe, the outer atmosphere, this space, the universe, everything I see outside of me is actually not my external reality. In fact, it's actually my internal reality. mind-topple. And again, I apologize for sharing this with you, because the FTW guys, I had 7 days to share this, but I'm going there, okay? Because that's where the group's going. The external world, and I've already kind of put this in the WhatsApp groups because its conversation's gone there, but I now need to give you explanations of it. Now I ask you the question: what if what you perceive outside of you was not your external reality, but it was your internal reality? And because none of this, I want you to take my word for it. I'm lending my view, but I want you to process this. This is going to be a big session. It already is. Fuck, we're already halfway through it. What if? Now, that's for your pondering. Okay? Because we'll get back. And I want you to share with me. Don't wait till next week. Share with me on the WhatsApp. If the world outside of you is not the external world, but it's actually your internal world, at first you're going to go, what the fuck? Because it doesn't fit into your reality. But let me explain a bit more. Okay? But write that question down. What if the world outside of me was actually my internal world? Okay? So then the next question is, well, where the fuck is my external world? Now, in oneness, there's no internal or external, right? Because it's all one. There is no internal. I get that. But in this reality, there is an internal and external, because you're experiencing yourself in duality. But you're here to be an infinite being in the finite world. You're here to be an infinite being in the world of form. So therefore, there is an internal and external reality. So therefore, that question of, well, where is my external reality, is actually a very good question. If that outside of me is all my insights, how does that change reality? But then the next question is, well, where's my external reality? Write that down. Someone write these down, and then we'll post it all on the WhatsApp if you don't have a pen. I'm sure there's someone here. Is Jackie here? Jackie always writes everything down. Oh, Colby will write everything down. Write that question down, and I'll post it to you later, because Colby will share it with me. So, I said to you, as Rumi said, you are not the drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop. And I said to you, how is that possible? How can you be the entire ocean in a drop? It's one motherfucking big drop. How can you be the entire ocean in a drop? Let me lend you my view. This world that you see, the entirety, the enormity of your whole world, the universe, you look at night, how far that space and the nothingness goes. I mean, in the story, they talk about how the universe is expanding. Okay, what does that tell you? I've said this to you in previous OMGs. The version of the universe that you perceive to see is actually the finite version. It's actually a version of the truth, because the universe doesn't expand. If it's expanding, it means it's limited. As big as it is, it's still limited, because the universe is expanded. Nothing is born or dies. In the universe, there's stars being born and dying all the time. That universe that you see outside of you and how big it is your drop. That's your drop. So imagine the size of you as the one. Do you get what I'm saying to you? What you see outside of you, That entire, the enormity of it, I always used to explain it. That whole enormity of your whole existence, that's your drop. The drop's not in here. It's all around you. So imagine the size of the ocean. That still doesn't answer the question. How do I fit the entire ocean in the drop? As Rumi says, it doesn't answer the question. So I'm going to answer that question. But I just need you to understand, right? If the world outside of you was your internal world, the world outside of you is actually the drop. And it's a huge drop. What you once perceived to be as the one. The world outside of you, that's your internal world. What you perceived, again, mind-topple has to happen here. It won't happen straight away. You're just feeling it at this point. You need to go ponder on it. We need to discuss it. Like I said, I discussed it with the FTW guys 7 days and it's still fucking spinning. If the world outside of you is your internal world, where is the external? Here, behind you, in the nothingness. And what's it doing? It's observing. What's it watching? It's watching the drop. This drop, as big as it is, you know, this little tiny little speck of sand in it, right, is your reality. You perceived that this little bit of you was who you are, and that was the drop, and that this outside of you was the one. No. This whole existence of this drop is your internal reality. How does it become your internal reality? Because you don't sit in there, you come back and you sit here and you look. And you look at what you perceive to be your reality. Your view changes. You become the external. The external is you as the nothingness. And your view changes. And this, sorry, it's not in the shot there. I was looking at this. This is your internal reality. That is what is referred to in the WTF being the one. You're viewing here. So what am I explaining to you right now? If I am viewing this drop, what happens? You're not the drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in the drop. I am the entire ocean viewing the drop. I said to you, how do you, in Rumi's quote, how do you become the entire ocean in the drop? By being the entire ocean and having the drop in your hand. This is what you call the universe. I mean, this has got to make even logical sense, because from the beginning I've been telling you, the power is not outside of you. It's not outside of you. And here we are, you know, and this is normal. These are, as you transition through the different phases of consciousness, this is normal. I won't have this conversation with someone who's about to do WTF. In fact, some of you are struggling right now with this conversation. It's got to be really like the mind-topple's got to happen. It makes sense. You are it. You are the one. But if your view is from inside here, you aren't it. You are having a version, you have experiences of experiencing the version of it, but you aren't it. And if you're hearing what I'm saying to you from in this cup, from you being this drop and thinking that the power's outside of you, the ego is grasping, oh, I'm it. I am God in my reality. No, 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 no. You're not God in your reality. You are a speck of sand that is being moved by the wind. You come out. You step back. And you are the one. What? You think you can't manifest from that point? You see what I'm saying? Your view needs to change. Don't worry about what I'm going to manifest. Or was I manifesting? Was that transformation? Your view will change. And what? You think I can't move things in here? You think I can't move my energy?